Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a pretty boring one. No trades today, and it's all because made some bad decisions, obviously, with yesterday's trade. And you know, this is just that perfect example of when you get in a bad trade and you hold, you end up becoming a bag holder, and that really prevents you from further improvement. And you end up, holding the bag and you can't use your capital. So today there were no trades because I'm still stuck in a trade on FULC. Good news report in the sense that it's come down a bit, but to be honest, let's take a look at the chart real quick, kind of give you a quick update. So yesterday was trading it to both the long and the short side. Now, I put in a short trade and I kind of averaged into it as it was curling up. At the same time, I was trading it long, so I was taking scalp trades on the long side and executing those orders and putting them all the way through and then selling them. So I was green yesterday. However, I've held my position on the short and it just hasn't gone out the way that I wanted it to. And so instead of just selling it, and holding it. And as you can see, yesterday we were kind of flat after hours. I was hoping it would break down a little bit more. It didn't. And this morning we went on a huge rip. So not good to be in this position here. And kind of lucked out in the sense that we did have a huge sell-off today. Looks like it's kind of, basing out over here. I'm thinking if we get a break down further into this 1894 area, the 19 area, I think we'll see a little bit more further sell-off. But who knows? It could base out in this zone and then go for another rip. But in the meantime, I have just so much capital with it that I don't want to sell a really massive losing position at this point. And looking at the yearly chart, I know there's a lot of news with this stock, but there's an offering, there's a couple other things going on. I don't like to get too deep into that stuff, although it is important because it is news, it's a catalyst. Looking at the yearly chart here, and I don't know, I just, on the technical side here, I feel like it's still got a lot of room to the downside if we do get the breakthrough some of those areas. But then again, we might somehow support somewhere in this area and continue further up. But it's really hard to say. But anyways, that was my trading for today. There was really no trades because I'm still stuck in this position. So let this be a great example of what not to do, I guess. I need to get back to, getting a little bit more focused on my rules. One of them being just not holding these positions because it's not doing me any good. Like today, I went deeper in the hole. We eventually came back, but at the same time, I'm still not in a good position here. So, and it prevents me from trading. There were a few things that moved today. There was LITB. What else did we have? RA and I. And yeah, that one moved a bit. Now, let me tell you what, ACY is also on the list here of movers, and this one just eats me up. This is another one that I'm looking at, and I'm just disappointed with myself in this one. But I had to do what I had to do, and unfortunately, I was completely wrong on it. So most of you know from my prior videos, I was holding ACY at one point. I traded it on one of these pops in the past, and I got into a bad position and ended up holding the bag on it. And it came back through and eventually popped back up. And I think it was on one of these days, it was either here or here, I decided, you know what, I've got to get out of this thing. So I took a loss on it. And you know what? Look at this. A week or two later, this thing just blows past this whole zone here in 15 and goes on a crazy rip. And not just for one day, but 2 days, actually 3 days. And I would have had, you know, that would have been a incredible trade. But who knows? I might have sold out a lot sooner. But anyways, I held out on ACY. I held that for quite a while, hoping it would turn. And, you know, it turned up a smidge and I sold it. And now looking back at this, I was just so disappointed in myself. So what do I say to myself on this one? It's like, would I have been just better holding longer? And I just don't think so. Because it, you know, we might not have gotten that breakthrough. Although just looking at the chart here, I mean, it is apparent that this area right here in 16, actually 15, is definitely a resistance point. And what happened is, you know, once it blew past that, then it was just everyone piled into it and drove the stock higher real quick. So yeah, it's unfortunate, and unfortunately I have to share all my my bad stuff with you today, but that's where I sit, just trying to be transparent. Yeah, and we'll see what happens with the FULC. I know most of you say I should just cut the loss, but at the same time, you know, I've been sitting in it for not too long now, but I think it's worthwhile to see it through a little bit longer to see if we get a further breakdown, but we might not. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the honesty here. It's not fun. I don't enjoy doing some of these recaps where I'm, you know, either big red or no trades, or I've just gotten into a bad position, but it is what it is. It's the reality of it. And yeah, so that's it. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow for the update.